is Jennifer Martinez. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Earth's curvature. This is an application of a radical equation. So let's start off by just reading the problem. Because of the Earth's curvature, a person can see a limited distance to the horizon. The higher the location of a person, the farther that person can see. The distance d in miles to the horizon can be estimated by the following formula. D of h equals 1.22 times the square root of h, where h is the height of a person above ground in feet. So in this problem, they're actually giving you the formula. So I am just going to write down that formula. Okay, what do the letters stand for? Well, d, they tell us, which is the same thing as d of h, is the distance in miles to the horizon. And h, they tell us right here, is the height of person above ground in feet. So, if you look at the question, it asks, how high does a person need to be? So we are asking how high. So the question is, we're looking for the h when the d is 27 miles, when the distance he needs to see, and that's in miles. So what I'm going to do to answer this question is I'm just going to plug this into my formula. D, or d of h, is equal to 27, so I'll plug that in there. Leave the right side alone. And if I solve this radical equation, I will answer the question. To solve the radical equation, we usually first isolate the radical. So I'm going to go ahead and divide 1.22 by both sides to isolate that radical. Now we saw in one of the other previous videos that you could square both sides without isolating this radical because this is multiplication and not addition, and it would still get rid of the radical. But we're going to have to divide anyway, and we're going to get decimals or fractions anyway, so I might as well just do it now. So the left side will not change, and the right side will become 27 over 1.22, and the right side, the 1.22's will cancel, and it will be square root of h. Now you can divide this now, but if you notice in the directions it says do not round until the final answer, because if you take 27 divided by 1.22, it is going to be an estimate answer that is going to be rounded. So if you do decide to divide this now, make sure you write the whole number on your calculator. At least it will be a less rounded number than if you rounded it at the beginning. So do not round to the nearest foot before you get to the end. Okay, what's our next step? Our next step is when we have a radical equation, we want to square both sides. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to square the left, and I'm going to square the right. The right side, the square root of h squared, just becomes now h. The left side, I'm just going to rewrite the same thing. Okay, so now I want to plug it into my calculator. So that means that h is equal to, so when I plug this in the calculator, if your calculator does have parentheses, you can go ahead and put parentheses 27 divided by 1.22 in the parentheses and square it. You could also do what's inside the parentheses first, if you do not have parentheses. So you take 27 divided by 1.22, leave that whole number on your calculator, and then square it. Whatever do, you get approximately, that's how far my calculator went. Now they do ask you to round to the nearest foot. So if you round to the nearest foot, that means that a nearest whole number. So I'm going to look at the number to the right, and it's 0.7. If it's over 0.5, that means that this number is closer to 490 than it is 489. So it's about 490 feet is the answer to this word problem. Goodbye for now.